Yes! Got you good, you fucker. Alright. You're experiencing Cunningham's Law. I need mechanical machining drawings. I don't know how to make them, so I'm posting the wrong answer in the hopes that the internet will correct me. So here's the goal. This needs to be machined to match my CAD. This casting was oversized by about 2%. So luckily, it turns out to be about a quarter of a millimeter too big in every dimension. So what I did is I laid the casting down on this sheet. I traced their outlines to kind of get an average, and then I measured with the caliper these critical dimensions noted by the X's. I made note of their delta from the CAD, and I found out I'd have to machine off these values to get back to the CAD, which is good, which means it's all oversized, which is what you want your casting to be. It's oversized by a quarter to a half a millimeter. So I'm like, good. My casting's oversized by about a quarter millimeter. Not too bad. Honestly, pretty fucking good for my first try. That's what she said. But now I have to communicate through these CAD drawings, which I've never done before, to somebody who owns a CNC mill, how to make this damn thing. So, what I want you to do, listen to my dumbass, tell me where I'm doing this wrong. So, I got this part. Number one thing I want is the outline for the cover. So I want to mill around the outside to get a metal plate cover that fits flush, so it looks good. So I gave them this dimension, 82, and I can't even find it, such a mess, 94. And hopefully they can follow the CAD, and I know these will be kind of like rounded corners, but I think you can call that out in a drawing. How do I do that? Next question. 2, cover holes. So I want holes drilled here for an M5 by 0.8. So I've called out their location with these ordinate dimensions. I think the ordinate starts here, and that tells you where to put these holes. Did I do that right? Next thing is a really smart buddy of mine said you need like alignment pins. I don't really have room for that. I don't know where to put those. Please help. Number 4, on drawing number 1, item 4, please reference these if you comment, because God, I need help. Face. I want the whole face of this machined pretty damn flat, but like don't go overboard here. It's just got to have a metal piece, which leads up to seal. I want a 4 millimeter gap from the inner diameter, which is called out here, and with this radius and this thing, a 62 by 74 with a 16 millimeter radius. I want a 4 millimeter gasket or something. What the fuck kind of gasket material? I want it glued on. I don't want O-rings so they fall off. I want the average man to be able to seal this thing back up without cursing God's name. So, how do I call out that I want that kind of hatched face to be about a millimeter deep? How deep do I want it? Please help. I need so much help here. Okay, let's go to side number 1, which is this side, which is going to have a Picatinny rail attached to it. That looks like this. And holy shit, this is a big reveal. I'm making Picatinny rails with USB-C attachments in them. So you can just slap the camera right on there. It's a big fucking secret. I'm gonna get a patent. Don't tell anyone. So, on this face, I need this. I need a 16 millimeter hole, and I need 2 M5s. Now, this one M5 here, it just has to hold the Picatinny rail on. Big 16 millimeter hole has to hold that. By the way, this works pretty good. I'm a goddamn man. All right, the next hole here It's going to go right through this pick rail, and it is going to hold this whole arm thing onto the axle. Let's take a little pause, run out to the garage, see what the hell I'm talking about. Actually, the turret's in the house, but that Picatinny rail screw is going to go through here, and it's going to go into that shaft. This model, it doesn't make much sense, but the other one's different. So it'll go in here, and it'll be like a spear point or a tip point to set itself into that 1.25" aluminum shaft. How do I tell the machinist that? Well, I thought I would say, hey, drill it to a depth of 33 millimeters and M5 by 0.8, tap it all the way down. I bet nobody is still with me, but I'm just gonna keep going. So on the other side, we want the same thing. So basically, that big 1.25" shaft will be coming through this way, and we're going to screw bolts in on either side this way to secure this thing. Now, the next face is that big 1.25". Oh wait, let me tell you how I dimension that. I guess we already went over it. Ordinates 0, 0. So you're kind of referencing off those machine faces you made. Oh, and I wanted to tell them the casting looks like this, but machine it down to here so that this tapered edge becomes flat, because this actually has a 2-degree slope to it, but I want it flat. God, I'm losing myself. I hope someone's still with me. Yeah, so when it comes to making a hole in this thing, this is where that shaft will go through. And I just want them to drill a 31.75 millimeter hole, you know, from that edge, which they'll machine. Then inside of here, there's that rib. That shaft will come through the rib this way. And then those set screws will come in. And those set screws hold the pick rail on and jam into that shaft, which kind of means those bolts are over constrained. So I don't know how to under constrain that. Please help me out. What haven't we gone over? We looked at that. Okay, and finally, part of this thing needs to hold the gun, and that's that part. And it uses one of these. And you can kind of see those nubbins. Part of them has to hold the gun on. This is the little part that holds the gun on. It clamps on the pick rail. So, you know, going off that machined edge, you just drill 3 M5 holes. And I guess I got to call out M5 by 0.8. Anyways, I'm just trying to use Cunningham's law to, you know, help all the people on the planet, help me. Wow. If anyone's still here, just bless your heart for helping me. Thank you.